Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to talk about where do you start? Where do we start when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to investing, when it comes to trying to understand how money works? So a few days ago, I had that question when I was asking me, this is where you are at the moment. This is how much your income is. This is how much your I guess my portfolio. I showed this particular person, I think it was like about a week or something. They were sitting down with me, and I showed them this is what it was today, yesterday, the day before, uh, how my portfolio was actually going. And he's asking me intelligent question in the sense of, how do I get to where you are? Where do I begin? I'm like, what? For the quickest way is like, well, why don't you just start? And then I thought to myself, well, that's easy for me to say because I've done it. I've done it for a long time. But at a certain point, I thought to myself, well, you can't really just start somewhere. You gotta need to understand. And then you gotta go back even further. What's your money habit look like? For me, it's easy as okay, just open up an account and just put money in there and put money as much as you can. And then I'm like, well, I can't go that far yet. So I gotta go back to the basic. What's your money habit look like? So that was sort of a aha moment for this particular kid. Um, like, what's your money habit like? How much do you earn? So, or earn this amount? Like, okay, so based on what you earn for that amount, whatever that is, like whatever the amount that you earn, at the end of every week, at the end of every fortnight, or at the end of the next pay cycle, what is your money habit look like? Do you still have money left over, or you don't have any more, or have, or is it even worse? Like, are you in backwards? As in, you require some sort of assistance from a third party source, whether it's a credit card or borrowing money from a family member or taking a loan of some sort. But that's sort of the main fundamental of it. So this person says, well, at the end of that pay cycle, I usually don't have any money. But at least I kind of know where you at. At the very least, you're not going backward, as in don't have a credit card debt. If you can control that as just as a starting point, that's a good start. The next one will be, once you can control your debt, once you can control your money and have allocated where all of your money go every single week, like now how can you make it so actually there's three different versions here. Let's say at the end of the pay cycle you are actually losing money, as in it's not enough. So let's say your income is X, but your expenses is a lot more higher. So you need to cover it somehow, a different way. You need to control that. You need to figure out a way. Whether there's only two different ways that I know of. One of them is increase your income or cut your expenses. Now, if you can't increase your income, so I mean you have to cut your expenses. That's the simple format of it. So I did that. Then the next stage would be, what if it's your income is X, but your expenses is the same, which is 1-to-1 ratio, let's say. If that's the case, again, two simple version. One, increase your income so you have more surplus, or decrease your expenses so you have a surplus, a buffer of some sort. Then the next stage would be, you have a certain income, but your expenses is low. So that means you've got a lot more surplus of, let's say, money that you can allocate to certain things. So that's where I got up to. In the beginning, I've only got to spare $5 at the end of the pay cycle, $10, $20, whatever it is. Okay. If I want to build that habit, what I did was, okay, you start with an emergency fund first. Once you know what your emergency fund is, typically for us, it's 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. And then once we've got that down packed, we don't touch it unless it's emergency. Then we can then go to the next level, which is the investing side of it. Some people have different budgeting as well. So emergency fund is one of them, and then maybe enough fund for all of the budgets that you have for your, um, I guess, vacation is one of them. For example, at the current stage that this is recording, we're in Sydney at the moment. We're staying in this particular Airbnb, and when we were in here, that's part of our budget. We're going on holiday like this. Is not, we don't use a credit card to do it. We're actually on a strict budget, whatever we have in cash, and that's all that we have. Mind you, I don't have any credit card, so whatever we have is what we have. That's it. If we spend it all, then we spend it all. We're not gonna borrow money for, or once the money run out, the money run out. So once you figure out your budget on all of your typical expenditure, whether it's food, groceries, shopping, electricity, rent, um, you if you have this as your part of your expenditure, figure out what that is. You fill up all of this expenditure. If you have spare money, then you can then start investing. I started investing as little as $5 on one account, and then understand it, understand your psychology, understand how it works, your mindset, understand how emotionally how you go through when the market goes up and when the market goes down. Because it is like a roller coaster. Some days it goes up really high, and some days it just goes down really hard. And then after that, just consistently keep on doing the same thing over and over again. And that's what we did. Overall, of these, what I learned is that if you don't control your money will control you. If you don't know how to budget, then maybe start doing that. Don't rely on other people to budget. Don't rely on your spouse. Don't rely on if you have a girlfriend, partner, wife, husband, whatever circumstances in your relationship. Try work it out together as a team member. That's number one. If not, understand how the ins and outs are, understand the flows of it. Understand how to write down, okay, this is goes for this expenditure, this goes for this expenditure, and this is for investing. Like you need to understand that. What I realized that in some cases in a relationship environment, there's only one person that's doing them, and the other one's not. To me, that's like I think that's for us. It doesn't work out that well because what happens if anything happens to your partner and you have to take care of all of this juggling when it comes to money. And if you don't understand it, it makes it hard for you to go through all of this process. So that's what we did. And it all comes down to the mindset. It's going to be tough doing it in the first hand. It's going to be tough when you're trying to achieve your big dream or seeing other people account balance growing so big, whereas you only got this little tiny amount. But it all started from there. I started with only amount $5, but we realized the potential of this, and we're realizing that hey, we could probably retire with this instead of relying on the government, on our superannuation fund or retirement fund, or our any other vehicle that we have. So if you don't control your money, money will control you. So we try to control our money. That's just, yeah. So where do you start? Understand how your money works. It's a struggle. There will be a lot of friction as you go along. But if you do it consistently and if you understand your psychologist, some of us, sorry about the aeroplane, um, some of us, it might be easy because you've done it before, but some of us it's going to be a struggle and it's frustrating because it's something that you haven't done before. When you do something that you haven't done before, it will be a struggle. I know it was a struggle for me when I first started this because you have to keep on balancing and juggling with other life activity as you go along or a life expenditure as you go along because you need to allocate this money to go anyway. But if you're constantly doing them, you'd be surprised where you get up to. We didn't go from zero to half a mil and $500,000 in a snap of a finger. It takes years for us to do it. I kind of wish I actually did make those recordings where I actually started from zero when I started with $5. But unfortunately, I didn't. Yeah, and I'm trying to record this as we go through in order for us to achieve that fire, in order for us to achieve at least $1 million target. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents, my experience, and my story. I mean, if you like this type of content, guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment,